Welcome to the Commishcast, everybody. It's the 8th edition, and we just wrapped up week 10. So that means there's only 3 weeks left in the regular season, and we need to start talking about, you know what, the playoffs.
Playoffs?
Not so fast, Coach. There's still 3 weeks to go, like I said. But if the season were to end today, we would have Bagel Money, Napanock Nappy Box, Moose Knuckles, and yours truly, Pasadena Pubic Lice, in the playoffs. Now, Napanock and Moose Knuckles are tied at 7-3. I'm 1 game behind, but I'm tied with Hungus and You Say Uncle. The 3 of us are tied at 6-4. And I win the tiebreaker by virtue of having scored more points on the season. And Munchko in 7th place right now is actually still alive with a 5-5 record. Everybody else, the chances are pretty slim. So, home stretch coming up. Now it's time for me to introduce my guest host, Mike Singletary. Coach Singletary, welcome aboard. So, do you have any feelings about being on the Commishcast? Are you excited?
I'm here, it's on, we're going to make it work.
Yes. I like your attitude, Coach. So let me ask you a quick question. There was a little debate before the season started about whether we should have a 12-man league or a 10-man league. Your thoughts on this?
I would rather play with 10 people.
You know what? Forget I asked. So, the first segment today is The Biggest Loser. This week's biggest loser is Sweep the Leg. Now, this is a legit biggest loser, guys. He scored 91 points. A decent outing, you know. He would have beaten the majority of the league this week. Okay? Now, who did he play? Me. Pasadena Pubic Lice. I scored 104. He scored only 91. So, I gotta tell you, it feels pretty good to beat the biggest loser. I'm kind of proud of myself. It was a little pat on the back. Coach, what do you think of my big victory?
And it's nothing like it was anything magical or anything.
Well, it felt pretty magical to me. I mean, I scored the most points in the league this week. What do you... In fact, that brings us to our next segment, the Hundreds Club.
Cash moves everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
Hundreds Club again. Pasadena Pubic Lice, 104. There was only 2 this week. The second was Hungus with 101. He's hot on my heels. So, Pasadena Pubic Lice and Carl Hungus, you are in the Hundreds Club. Congratulations. Now, Coach Singletary, I wanted to ask you. Everybody wants in to the Hundreds Club. What do we need to do to get there?
We go out, we hit people in the mouth. Number 1.
Yes, I like it.
Number 2, we are not a charity. We cannot give them the game.
Never give them the game. I'm with you.
And number 3 is we execute from the very start of the game to the very end of the game.
Yes. I want to play for you, Coach. I want to play for you. Be in the Hundreds Club every week. Now, on a sour note, the Shite Showdown.
Bing bong hop hop, hey daddy do. Bing bong tick tock, bee boom. Flip flop hop hop, beady bye boo. Boppity boppity bopper boo.
Okay, here we go. Shite Showdown. This week, surprise entrant, Napanock Nappy Box. And Grandma's Tongue. Way not to go. Way not to be, guys. It was 70-65. Grandma's Tongue over the Napanock Nappy Box. So that was our Shite Showdown. Weakest match of the week. Weakest match. Anyway. So, Coach, what do you think it's like to be one of these 2 teams in the Shite Showdown?
Sometimes it's like a bad relationship. You don't know when it's going to turn again. And after a while, you become a part of the problem rather than the solution.
Amen, brother. I'm with you on that one. On to the bench boners. So So many bench boners this week. Just a sea of ineptitude was our league this week. Okay, Pasadena Pubic Lice, me, Jonathan Stewart with 20 points. Benched him. Sweep the leg, David Gerard, 17 points. Benched. Carl Hungus, Cadillac Williams, 11 points. Nappy Box, Mike Sims Walker with 10 points. Grandma's Tongue with Liddell Betts, he had 17. Moose Knuckles, Lee Evans had 17 points. And Beanie Wells with 23 points. Uncle Murder, Brent Selleck with 10 points. And Jeremy Macklin with 13. And finally, I feel partially responsible for this one. Bagel Money benched Reggie Bush, and he had 21. Don't listen to the commish, kids, okay? Don't do like I do. Don't do as I say or as I do, okay? Now, Coach Singletary, how do you feel about bench boners?
I cannot play with them. Cannot win with them. Cannot coach with them. Can't do it.
You are so right, Coach. So right. So, that about wraps it up, everybody. Coach, how do you think it went today?
Today was good for me.
You know, it was good for me too, Coach. And I'm sure it was good for all of our viewers as well. Now, everybody, I'm going to let Coach play us out with a little advice. Adios, guys.
Just keep watching. That's all I can tell you. You just keep watching, and we'll go from there.